All right, that was Jonas Brothers, Mix 104.1. Good morning. Mix Mornings is presented by Bradley Medical Center. Hey, we got a big morning ahead, folks, especially concerning the war in Iran, as I'll be joined in an interview here at about 7:45 by Congressman Tim Burchett, who was Congress was briefed by the White House yesterday, so a very timely interview. And then Senator Bill Hagerty at about 8:30 this morning, and they were also briefed by White House officials yesterday. So very timely interviews. We have a lot more happening this morning, so stick in here with us. This is Mix 104.1. The news is next.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland studios. This is your home for the best mix, the best variety, and all the important information you need. Download the Mix 1041 app at mymix1041.com. The top of the hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making the top of your house the best it can be. Visit bestbuymetalroofing.com.
The best mix, the best variety. WCLE, Calhoun, Cleveland, Athens.
Fox News is next, presented by Capital Tire Service in downtown Cleveland.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. The Israeli military launching new airstrikes overnight targeting Iran's capital and air defense systems.
The Israeli Air Force says for the first time since the 1980s, one of their planes was in a dogfight in the air, was able to shoot down one of the Iranian fighter jets that was over the capital of Tehran.
Fox's Trey Yanks in Tel Aviv. Democrats in Texas choose a Senate candidate for November.
James Tallarico defeated Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett in that hotly contested primary. In a victory speech, Tallarico said he was going to take back Texas. Jasmine Crockett, meantime, cited voting issues in Dallas and said that, in her words, people have been disenfranchised.
Fox's Douglas Zader, incumbent Senator John Cornyn, and Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton will clash in the runoff in May. Neither picked up 50% of the vote. America's listening to Fox News.
The news is sponsored by Lee University, where you can expect something great.
The Mix 104.1 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at loganthompsonlaw.com.
Since 1999, Southern Heritage Bank has been growing to serve you. Now we are growing once again as we partner with Park National Bank to form an even stronger, more impactful community bank. This merger allows us to provide you with a greater range of products, services, and technologies, while your same local bankers continue to deliver the unbelievably good service you expect. Stop by or give us a call to learn how we are growing together, serving more. Southern Heritage Bank, division of Park National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, good morning. We are Mix 104.1. We're on mixtv.tv. It's a midweek Wednesday, 4th day of March. Good morning to all of you. In our news this morning, Mix 104.1 reporting that a former Cleveland middle school teacher who was previously convicted of secretly recording female students in a locker room is now facing a new charge. Authorities say that Christopher Stroll, charged with violating Tennessee's sex offender registry law. Investigators say that Stroll found at the Beef O'Brady's on Snow Hill Road, a location that authorities say is within 1,000 feet of Ottawa High School, that violates the Tennessee sex offender registry restrictions. Stroll was required to register as a sex offender after pleading guilty in 2024 to 2 counts of attempted aggravated unlawful photographing of a minor. In that case, Stroll was sentenced to 5 months in jail, followed by 3 years and 7 months of probation. Stroll, originally arrested in 2022 after police say he placed a spy camera disguised as a phone charger in the girls' locker room at Cleveland Middle School. Investigators say that about 30 girls were recorded before students discovered the camera. Stroll's next court date on the new registry violation charge is now scheduled for March 19th. WTVC television reports that a new bill being considered at the Tennessee State Capitol would provide provide financial assistance to people caring for loved ones with dementia at home. The proposal, called the Caring for Caregivers Act, is sponsored by State Representative Renee Jones. The bill would provide $6,000 grants to family members who serve as in-home caregivers for relatives living with dementia. And Starbucks expanding its footprint in the United States with plans to open a new corporate operations office in Tennessee, specifically in the Nashville area. That, according to an announcement on Tuesday by Governor Bill Lee. Officials say the new office will support the company's continued coffeehouse growth and rising customer demand nationwide. Once operational, the Davidson County location will work closely with Starbucks global headquarters in Seattle. That story from NBC affiliate WSMV in Nashville. All right. Let me give you a couple of program notes. Stay with us here this morning. We got a couple of big interviews, very timely interviews live from Washington about the situation in Iran. We'll be joined by Congressman Tim Burchett coming up at about 7:45, and then Senator Bill Hagerty will join us at 8:30 this morning. Both are very timely interviews because both of their legislative bodies have been briefed by the White House just yesterday as to the situation in Iran. Let me also give you a program note here. Walker Valley, big win last night for the boys' region basketball semifinals. Because of that win over Shelbyville last night, which was 77-51, Walker Valley is now in the boys' region championship game tomorrow night against Cookeville at Warren County. We'll have coverage here on Mix 104.1 tomorrow night. Walker Valley is now guaranteed a sub-state game on Monday night. If Walker Valley wins, they host that game. If they lose tomorrow night, they travel. All right, but tonight, the Bradley Central High School Bearettes will take on Cookeville for the girls' region championship. That's tonight at Warren County High School. We'll have live coverage here on Mix 104.1 at 8 o'clock Eastern Time and on the Mix 104.1 app. Same situation for the Bearettes. They are guaranteed a sub-state game this Saturday night. If they win tonight, they host the game at Smitty Arena. If they lose tonight, they travel. Our coverage tonight, again, 8 o'clock, Mix 104.1, and the Mix 104.1 app presented by Cleveland Ford. Our first check of traffic. And here's someone who's not winning a sub-state tonight.
Well, that's absolutely correct.
You're wearing your gold. Oh, man.
Oh, this is green.
Really?
Yes. My goodness. Get your eyes
Dr.
checked.
Seth Ford told me it was gold. Really?
Yes. Very much
Hey,
so.
somebody watching Mixed TV right now, tell me if that's gold or gray. It's like that dress.
I don't know what's going to show up on Mixed TV, but this is absolutely green.
Okay. Just go do traffic. I'll figure something out here.
This Don Ledford Cleveland on-time traffic report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet and GMC in Cleveland. North Lee
Silver
Highway.
is more green than that gold.
And anytime. At donledford.com. We have no reports of any accidents here locally, but taking a look at the Langley Roofing traffic cameras, crews are working an accident on the interstate I-75 southbound in Hamilton County. It's going to be near the Bonnie Oaks exit. So be aware of that as you drive this morning. We'll keep you up to date. As always, if you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ridipest Mix line is 423-614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. This traffic report is brought to you by Waste Connections of Tennessee. They are looking for quality candidates. If you're ready for a career change, join Waste Connections of Tennessee. Go to careers.wasteconnections.com where great opportunities await.
Yeah, let me also mention to you what's happening. Garden Plaza Cleveland hosting their famed Nacho Bar. They do this a few times during the year. Today it benefits Great Strides, the 25th annual and final Great Strides at Lee University, March 28th. But today you can go get, delicious nachos with all the toppings and everything. This is at Garden Plaza beginning at 11 o'clock this morning. They'll go till 1 o'clock. It benefits Great Strides for cystic fibrosis. Appreciate Ken Boland and his team, what they do there. It's tremendous. They also help our Empty Stocking Fund every year. It is 9 minutes after the hour. Hey, it's time now for our Hardee's Wake Up and at Hardee's. I can get this folder open. I'll tell you all about it. Okay, Hardee's fan favorite barbecue pulled pork Frisco burgers bag, packed with smoky backyard barbecue flavor to keep you happy. Featuring slow smoked pulled pork, crispy onions, American cheese, pickles, and that sweet Baby Ray's sweet and spicy barbecue sauce. Stop by Hardee's and get the hearty goodness before it's gone.
This is your Hardee's 2 for $5 breakfast mix and match alarm.
We've got fluffy eggs and sausage. These are Hardee's Frisco breakfast sandwiches starting at just $3.99. This is our bacon, sausage, 100% Angus, and sourdough. The McNuthin speaks for itself. The Frisco breakfast starting at just $3.99. Only at Hardee's.
Sun is shining, it's a beautiful day. Wake up, sleepyhead, get up and play. Everything's yellow, it's a beautiful sight. Sunbeam showers makes everything right. Come on now, let's get away.
Make every day brighter with the sunny southern goodness of Mayfield Dairy.
Did you know that a large number of student athletes vape, thinking it will give them a boost in performance? But you can't play if you can't breathe. Escape the Vape.
Escape the Vape is a partnership to prevent teen vaping, presented by ATS The Bridge, Bradley County Schools, and Cleveland City Schools.
What's your biggest investment? Probably your home. The roof over your head. If it's time to repair or replace your roof, the pros at Langley Roofing are here to help. See a loved roof? Chances are it's a Langley.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Owning a home should be one of life's greatest pleasures, but without a solid foundation, it can become a major source of stress. Luckily, you're not alone. Our experts can identify the true cause of foundation issues and guide you through every step of the way to fixing them, from pinpointing the problem to perfecting the solution. We form custom solutions to meet the needs of your foundation and your wallet, including flexible payment options. With our team by your side, consider your home and your peace of mind secure.
Zero.
Today's best mix, best variety mix 1041 inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center at 13 after 7.
Thank you to all the families that have and continue to purchase all your mattress needs from locally owned Mermaid Mattress. Keeping your dollars local is important, and so is buying from a family, not a firm.
All right, for today, mostly cloudy skies, a high of 76 and a low of 57 this evening. For tomorrow, we'll have mostly cloudy skies early in the day, becoming partly cloudy later near record high temperatures, a high of 81 tomorrow and a low of 58. And then on Friday, cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy during the afternoon near record high temperatures again on Friday with a high of 83. Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 54 degrees, MilliganVane.com. Taking a look at our Langley Roofing radar, things are looking great out there.
This weather forecast is brought to you by PhD Pharmacy, Keith Street near Harrison Pike. Free delivery within a 50-mile radius of Cleveland. Call Gina Moser Patterson today at 423-614-6650.
The best mix, the best variety.
Always a good song playing.
Welcome back. It is 5:13 on this wonderful Wednesday morning. Temperatures are in the 50s, so it's a very comfortable start out there. No rain, no fog. Things are looking a-okay for your morning commutes if you're having that warm cup of coffee. And here's the good news. It's a really nice start to the day. Mid to upper 70s later on. There may be a few areas that push close to 80 degrees. Again, it's going to be very warm, not only today, but really for the next week or so. And Thursday through Saturday specifically, I do think we could break some records. We're going to be anywhere from 20 to 25 degrees above normal. We're going to get this warm flow out of the Gulf, high pressure ramping up, and that's going to allow for some really warm air, not only here across the Tennessee Valley, but all the way back towards Texas and really 2/3 of the country going to feel this spring-like warmth. We're likely to break records Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I mean, once we start getting into the mid-80s, especially this time of the year, that is very warm. And the last time we hit the 80s here in Chattanooga was back in October, so it's been nearly 6 months. So again, it's going to be a very warm week. Even into next week, we're going to have more 80s on tap by the middle of the week. So again, this warm air is kind of just going to stick around. And the overall pattern trend, well, a lot of red indicating a lot of warmth on the way, and you already know that pollen count's going to start to go up, 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 and we're going to be in that high range by the time we get into the weekend. Again, trees starting to come out like crazy, and with this sustained warm air, that pollen really going to start to ramp up as well. So go ahead and start prepping for that. Also, we spring forward. Again, I'm going to remind you every single day. I don't want it to sneak up on you this weekend. You will lose that hour of sleep. Sunset on Saturday here in Chattanooga, 6:42. By Sunday, that'll be 7:43. Plus, our sunrise time's going to be later as well. So again, just start mentally preparing for that. Here's a look at your radar. Really quiet morning. We got cloud cover coming in. Stationary front kind of parked to our north. That's bringing some rain and even some flooding potential to parts of the Midwest this morning. But for us, really not seeing any issues on your way in on this Wednesday. But as we look ahead, things are going to start to change. We're going to get more moisture back in here by the time we get towards the end of the week. So as we take a look at your future tracker, I'm not going to rule out a few sprinkles on Thursday. Not going to be a big deal. A lot of you stay dry. More cloud cover by the end of the week. And I do think Friday afternoon we'll have some showers and storms developing as we get that rich moisture coming in from the Gulf. That'll kind of be the trend as we head into Saturday as well. We'll have occasional showers and storms. Not going to be a weekend washout, but we're going to get some much needed rain here, especially late in the day on Saturday into Sunday morning. We're going to have a weak little front come through, so showers will begin during the evening and then gradually start to move back in overnight. So over the next 7 days or so, we could pick up upwards of an inch of rain. We need it. We're still dealing with that widespread drought here across the Tennessee Valley. We are running about 4 inches below normal in the rainfall department for really much of the area. Talking southeast Tennessee, North Georgia, northeast Alabama. So again, any rain that we can get certainly will be beneficial. Here's a 7-day forecast all about the record warmth moving forward. It is going to be a very toasty first week of March as those temperatures continue to climb into the 80s. And then by next week, well, not much changes on the way. It's going to stay warm.
All right. We'll take all the warmth we can get. Absolutely. No complaints over here.
No, I'm already seeing like a ton of trees coming out. So
Wow.
'Tis the season.
All right. Thank you, Clay.
Oh, 41 mixtv.tv, 18 minutes after 7 a.m. Good morning. Let's get a check of our Simmons Bank celebration list.
Well, topping our list this morning, my wonderful nephew, Jamison Baggett, is 18 today.
Wow.
Cannot believe it.
How old are his parents? There's the question
I know,
right there.
right? Yeah. He's a senior at Bradley Central, where he plays baseball. Good
Morning, Jamison.
Happy birthday.
So I guess he drives now, doesn't he?
He does, yes. Oh. Declan McDonald is 8 years old today, a student at Waterville Elementary. That is from Dad, Mom, and his brother Buddy. And then Destiny Cisco is 38 today. That is from Mom, Diage, and Jalea. Call in your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the volunteer Ritapest Mix line, 423-614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank celebration list. Visit Simmons Bank in Cleveland at the corner of Keith Street and Stewart Road. Call Ken Dew, 423-381-3427.
The Mix 1041 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. A former Cleveland middle school teacher previously convicted of secretly recording female students in the locker room at Cleveland Middle now facing a new charge. Christopher Schroll has been charged with violating Tullesee's sex offender registry law. Investigators say that he was at the Beef O'Brady's on Snow Hill Road in Ooltewah, a location that authorities say is within 1,000 feet of Ooltewah High School. That violates the state sex offender registry law. And, of course, he was required to register as a sex offender after pleading guilty in 2024 to 2 counts of attempted aggravated unlawful photographing of a minor. Investigators say about 30 girls were recorded before students discovered the camera. This in Schroll, originally arrested in 2022. His next court date on this new charge is scheduled for March 19th. Also in our news this morning, Starbucks expanding its footprint in the United States and coming with a new corporate operations office to Tennessee. In the Nashville area, Davidson County, that according to a Tuesday announcement from Governor Bill Lee. Hey, today at Garden Plaza, they're having a nacho bar to benefit Great Strides. Great Strides for Cystic Fibrosis at Lee University. It's the 25th annual and final Great Strides event. And so you can get nachos, all the toppings. Big, I tell you, the portions are great at Garden Plaza for this. The food's delicious. And you can do that. Hey, if you want to go by there, they're going to be there 11 till 1 today at Garden Plaza. Or you can call ahead, place your order, take it back to where you work, that sort of thing. But it all benefits Great Strides for Cystic Fibrosis. Program reminder tonight, the Bradley Central High School Bearettes will take on Cookeville for the region championship at Warren County High School tonight. We'll have live coverage beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern Time here on Mix 104.1 and the Mix app. Mix app, a free download from mymix1041.com. Our coverage tonight presented by Cleveladn Ford. The Bearettes will be in a sub-state Saturday night. If they win tonight, they'll host a sub-state Saturday. If they lose, they will travel. Walker Valley got a big semifinal region win last night. The Walker Valley boys over Shelbyville, 77-51. Walker Valley will now be in the boys region championship game tomorrow night at Warren County. They'll play Cookeville. And again, they have guaranteed themselves a spot in a sub-state on Monday night. Same deal. They win, they host. They lose, they travel. That is the news. More on our website, mymix1041.com. Subscribe to our Mix Morning Briefing. Local and state news in your email weekdays.
This news update brought to you by Cleveladn Plywood Company, 2700 20th Street Northeast in Cleveland.
Good morning. Let's get a check of traffic here. This Don Ledford Cleveland on-time traffic report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet and GMC in Cleveland, North Lee Highway, and anytime at donledford.com. As we take a look at the Langley Roofing traffic cameras, crews are working an accident I-75 southbound near the Bonnie Oaks exit, so be aware of that. Also, another accident I-75 southbound. That one is going to be near the I-24 split. That one is not blocking any traffic. It's on the right shoulder there, but still be aware of that. As always, if you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Rid-A-Pest Mix line is 423-614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. This traffic report is brought to you by Southland Finance. They've been making hometown decisions for over 25 years. They look beyond your credit score and offer flexible and affordable loan options. They are now located on Mouse Creek Road near Duracell. Find out more at southlandfinance.net.
Hey, I just heard my niece, Hadley Wilhoit is listening on her way to Oak Grove, and Hadley was part of the Bradley County Schools Honor Choir last night. Hey, Gideon, you got your mic on. Our very own Gideon Ratcliffe, one of our senior video producer, produced that for us last night.
Senior? Am I senior morning co-host?
You are very senior. Gideon, how was it at First Baptist last night?
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
Okay, thank you. Gideon, no more known for his art than anything. No, I actually watched some of it, and it looked great.
Yeah, they had a lot of dancing. There's a lot of puppets and stuff. They used as props for the different songs they did. They did one song in German or French. It was really cool.
Very nice. Hey, our friend Sarah Burris at Prospect directs that every year. Great job last night. But Hadley, I'm sure you did good. Hadley, did you get a solo? Come on. She got her singing from her father, obviously. But anyway, good morning, Jeff. But anyway, good morning, Hadley. And yeah, what a great night last night at First Baptist.
This is John Davis, the trading man.
Finding your why starts by making an impact together, touching lives for the better. It can be the gift of time or treasure, supporting a community through talent without measure. Here, compassion fuels commitment, finding fulfillment through enrichment, serving and improving. What a way to live, and what a gift it is to give. Find your why. Get involved today for a better us.
Do you know when to stop for a stopped school bus? If the bus is stopped with its red lights flashing on a 2-lane road, cars traveling in either direction must stop. Stop for the bus and keep our kids safe.
Save a bundle at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress. Furniture, mattresses, and decor. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to 40% off. Create a bundle, a sofa and chairs, end tables, a recliner, lamps and rugs, an entire room. Up to 40% off. Create a custom bundle and watch the savings grow. Up to 40% off. Look for Take Me Home Today tags. Bundle in-stock items. Special financing is available. Bundle and save at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight.com. Bank account's too low? Check into cash. So where do you go.com? Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do a quick click from home at checkin.
Today's best mix, best variety mix, 1041. Good morning. Let's go to the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center.
Right now, get up to 5 years no interest financing and free local delivery on Tempur-Pedic, but only at Mermaid Mattress.
Your sleep handmade, hand delivered.
For today, cloudy skies early in the day. We could see some sun later in the afternoon. A high of 76 and a low of 57 this evening. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy later. Near record high temperatures tomorrow. A high of 81 and a low of 58. And then on Friday, near record high temperatures again. Cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy later with a high of 83. Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 54 degrees. MilliganVane.com. Taking a look at our Langley roofing radar, things are looking great out there.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Aubrey's of Cleveland. Aubrey's of Cleveland offers some of the most fresh and delicious food in East Tennessee. Stop in tonight for dinner or order online at aubreysrestaurant.com. Click the Cleveland location and order there.
Download the all-new Mix 104.
Here's Steve Hardline to tell you how to win.
All right, thank you, Chet. I'm used to it. Please, everyone, please be seated. Please be seated. All right. So it's time to win, Bridget. We've got Ice Bears tickets to give away. Now, if you weren't with us in the 8:30 half hour, we had a complete debacle. And I wonder if Brandy Arnold, who won yesterday, I don't know Brandy, but she told me she won yesterday, a pair of tickets to see the Ice Bears. And now I can't even remember when it is. But do you have the sheet still over there? 6th and 7th? Or
yes, I believe that is correct.
3rd and 4th, 5th. I don't know. If you want Ice Bears tickets, just what do they need to do? I don't know. I don't care. Although our promotional director here, Ashley, said so she does these promotional papers for us. Give us the details, which is as helpful as it sounds. And she had on there that they can go to the races on. We didn't realize that hockey was a race, did we? No.
Well,
So
it kind of
you
is.
can go to the races.
Race to the goal.
6,
right?
7. Come on, boys and girls. But we don't know. So if you want Ice Bears tickets, what do they do?
Call or text 423-614-6499.
It's courtesy of Warren and Griffin, personal injury attorneys here, Fred and all of them. And this contest is a personal injury to me personally. So there you go. All right, call or text, and you got 10 minutes. You want to win those tickets.
4.1 app online at mymix1041.com. ESPN Radio returns to Southeast Tennessee. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM is the new home of the Paul Feinbaum Show, The Drive, and more of your favorite shows. Listen on air or at ESPNCleveland1013.com. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Did you know that the leading reason that kids begin to vape is because they see family and friends doing it? Protect your kids. Escape the Vape.
Escape the Vape is a partnership to prevent teen vaping, presented by ATS The Bridge, Bradley County Schools, and Cleveland City Schools.
Are you a busy family? Direct Primary Care Associates has helped the Rogers family and how they do medicine.
Direct Primary Care Associates has been a great support to our family. It's taken the doctor's office experience from a nightmare to a dream. I'm able to come in with all three of my kids. I'm seen in a timely manner by really professional, wonderful people.
Yeah, Direct Primary Care has been great for us, whether it's a bump or a bruise or a gash on the arm, or whether it's a fever at night or a stomach ache. We're able to either text our doctors through the app and ask questions, or we're able to get an appointment relatively pretty quick and be able to be seen that same day or next day usually. And it's changed the way that we view medicine.
If you'd like to learn more about Direct Primary Care Associates, visit our website at directpca.com or call 423-650-4831.
Well, we like to think what makes Andrew Johnson make different is the way we work with our community and our customers. We also have a great staff with a lot of experience that we feel like can help you whatever your need is for banking. I love the community of it. Like I said, I was born and raised here. I've seen it grow, and I love our growth pattern. It's just a great place to live with friendly people that just make you feel at home.
For our Common Spirit Memorial Chattanooga Sports Desk, courtesy of our sister station, ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Sports sponsored in part by the Town Squire. The Town Squire having a great sale on suits and sport coats. Styles of Mark Shafter and Marks, Tommy Hilfiger, Michael Kors, Eisenberg, and Palm Beach. The Town Squire, your complete men's store. How about a new pair of shoes? They have Florsham, Johnson & Murphy, Merrill, and SAS. Larry and his staff excited about the Spring 26 clothing selection. New selections from Peter Millard, Johnny O, Volunteer Traditions. For 48 years, beginning year 49, the Town Squire. Stewart Park Plaza, Key Street, Cleveland. Walker Valley boys won the boys region semifinals last night, beat Shelbyville 77-51 at Warren County High School. Walker Valley now in the boys region championship game tomorrow night. They'll play Cookeville. They've also guaranteed themselves a sub-state game on Monday night. If they win the region championship tomorrow night, they will host that sub-state Monday night. If they lose, they will travel. Tonight, the Bradley Central High School Bearettes will play for the region championship. They'll take on Cookeville at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Central at Warren County High School. We'll have live coverage tonight on Mix 1041 and the Mix app. Free download to download the Mix app if you don't have it, mymix1041.com. Our coverage tonight presented by Cleveladn Ford. And it's the same situation. If the Bearettes win tonight, they will host a sub-state on Saturday night. If they lose tonight, they will travel on Saturday night for a sub-state. Again, Bearettes, Cookeville tonight, 8 Eastern Time, 8 o'clock, here on Mix 1041 and the Mix app. Region 2 AA boys semifinals last night held at Tellico Plains. Chattanooga Prep defeated Meigs County in the boys semifinals 63-45. Also in Region 2 AA. McMinn Central, the Chargerettes will take on Kingston for the region championship tonight at Tellico Plains. McMinn Central boys basketball coach Daniel Curtis announced on Tuesday he is stepping down. That news courtesy of a great reporter, Drew Cook. Drew, the son of Dr. Phil and Tanya Cook. He's doing a tremendous job. He writes for several outlets, and who knows, Bridget, he may be writing for us at some point. Wait, it's time we get some quality around here.
Oh, absolutely, I agree.
But Drew broke that story. We put that on our ESPN Cleveland 101.3 social mediums yesterday. Shelton did, and it was a good thing, and he quoted Drew, so we're going to give Drew a bunch of credit. He does a great job. All right, let's go to the SEC. Men's basketball last night. Volunteers, big win at South Carolina, 78-59 last night. Georgia upset Alabama, 98-88. Texas A&M beat Kentucky. What is going on in the Commonwealth? 96-85. You never know, though. This time of year, people start shaking up as we head to the SEC tournament and March Madness. For the second time in a year, Bridget, Braves designated hitter Jurickson Profar, who has never played a game for the Braves. So we got him from the Padres. He instantly, a year ago, tested positive for PEDs, much like yourself. And he was out last season. Well, guess what? It happened again yesterday.
Oh,
he's out for another season.
Not good.
You think?
What a waste of money.
Thank you. Much like your green blouse there, whatever it is.
Green,
Yellow,
thank you.
gold,
Yes, it's green.
She's wearing it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching Mixed TV, I want to know. This is a gold. Is Bobby here?
He is,
He
yes.
did come in.
Yes.
Tell him to stay away from me. He's sicker than a dog. Sicker than 3-dog night. Bridget is wearing a gold blouse, ladies and gentlemen, but what color did you say it was?
It's green. It's absolutely green.
You're green with envy. I don't know, just generally. Lake Forest baseball last night. Thank you, Andy Jenkins. Varsity baseball, they tied Signal Mountain 3-3. Game 1, Game 2, they lost to Signal 5-3. JV baseball, Lake Forest beat Christian Heritage 22-1. I got to say a big hello this morning. Oh, my goodness, I was honored. You know, I'm never invited anywhere. You know that.
And for good reason.
Well, and Kristen McVeigh over at Yates Primary obviously didn't know me, so that'll be it. Hey, I got to say hello to Kristen McVeigh. She is the STEAM teacher at Yates Primary School, and they've got the big Dr. Seuss week this week. I read to Mrs. Morgan and Mrs. Smith's kindergarten classes at Yates, and I told them like it was. So got some education, and Miss Morgan and Miss Smith. I noticed they were both very trepidatious when they dropped their children off in the STEAM classroom, and one of them told me to be nice. Thank you. Anyway, no, we had a great time, and I read the book, something about a pigeon driving a bus. It was a pigeon driving a bus, and I said, you know what, if Hal Taylor gets desperate, he'll have a pigeon drive a bus. You never know. But, no, we had a great time there. Yates Primary had some wonderful questions from the children, much better than in here. Okay. And let's see here. So one of them wanted to know, I can't remember if it was the first or the second class. Well, how old are you? So, because we go around and read the book, and we go around and ask them what they want to be when they grow up. And by the way, many teachers and police officers and firemen. Good. And so anyway, one young man, he says to me, he says, well, how old are you? I was, well, I'm 47. I said, man, you're old. And he said, my dad's 30.
Oh.
Well, then what transpired after that was every single, about 20 of them, every single kindergartner was telling me how old their father was. And by the way, they were all younger than me.
Of course.
So it turned into ageism. Anyway. No,
Did you know all the words? Did you know how to pronounce all the words in the book?
Yeah, because I previewed it.
Okay, that's good.
I've been embarrassed before. I picked these books out, don't read them ahead of time, and all of a sudden, me and Dr. Seuss are having a war. So, and Doc Seuss did not write this one. So, although I don't know,
okay,
it was shorter and easier. So, we went with it. But no, I had a great time, and wonderful, wonderful children. They're at Yates Primary. We got a bunch of listeners at Yates. So, good morning, guys. It's 21 before the hour.
Finish what you started and take your career to the next level at Tennessee West.
Cleveland Tire is ready to help your auto any way it can. We're one of the largest providers of Bridgestone and Firestone tire dealers in the area. We sell all major brand tires. We have ASE certified mechanics on staff 6 days a week. We also have a commercial truck tire center that provides 24-hour roadside service and minor mechanical repairs on site. We have built our reputation on years of quality, affordable work and tires. We pride ourselves in customer satisfaction and great service. Cleveladn Tire Center.
Bears. You can do that. Call or text in 423-614-6499. I don't believe it. Ladies and gentlemen.
Should she stay in the middle? She's you trying to say
you're like the Lord between two thieves. Absolutely. Bobby Ludwig is in the studio.
Good morning. Good morning.
I can't believe it.
Happy Tuesday.
And Ron?
Wednesday. Today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday. Bobby has not changed in person nor on the phone. He has no clue what day it is.
Where's Fruit? I don't talk to you. I talk to Fruit.
Fruit Loops. He had his baby.
They had the baby.
Oh, they had the baby.
He had the baby. And he was supposed to call in, but he got bumped by Congressman Burchett, who's calling me in 5 minutes. Live from well, I'll tell you, he didn't call yesterday, so we had Bridget portrayed Burchett yesterday and did a very good job. Bobby, you're here in person.
We are.
Plus, we have Ron and Bethany Markle. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Bridget. Good to see you guys.
Great to see you.
So we came a few months ago to talk about Ron being in the office, a new partner, and Bethany is here. Bethany's been 4 years now, right? So her start date was 2/2/22, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So easy to remember. And but we've got some more announcements. You know, we've been here 20 years, or I've been doing this 20 years, and where do I say? You can stop by and see me at 2060 North, near the old...
By the old Liner gas station.
That's right, and nobody knows what the Liner gas station is anymore, because it's been maybe 20 years ago they did. But now we're going to say, come see us at whatever the address is, at the old... American Uniform Building. So we're going to
How many people does it take to craft a statement? Apparently 3. No, so Bobby...
Hey, we're moving. That's the news.
Moving.
We're moving.
To the Pie Center.
Yeah, we're moving to the Pie Center.
To the Pie Center.
Yep.
Yeah.
Despite, do you know Joe Moore? You know Joe's moving to the Pie Center, too.
Yeah, they got
old
the
medical
pharmacy
center.
over there. So
Which, that would make me leave immediately. They should fold the Pie Center. Anyway, Bobby, this is a huge deal. Tell me about this. Why is this happening?
Well, 20 years in, it's time. Plus, we've got more people in the office, and our parking lot has always been a challenge, and it will continue to be a challenge if we stayed where we're at. And so it was a good time to refresh, get new office furniture, do the whole new refresh. And so bringing Ron in and Bethany, the reason why she's here, of course, she's our right-hand person, but she's also licensed. So Bethany is she'll take on an even more support role, being a licensed branch assistant. So we've got a lot of coverage in the office, a lot of capacity, and now we're going to have new offices, new furniture, new pictures, new parking, and we're excited. So we should be we're about a month away. They started putting studs in yesterday.
Really?
Yep.
Really? Well, I wasn't invited. Putting studs in. Okay, I didn't know, Bridget. Bethany Markle.
You can't get one over on him.
Yeah, you just can't, Bobby, can you? So it's a lot easier with you in person now.
That's right, it is.
Bethany, this is a big deal, isn't it?
It's exciting.
Talk about this.
Yeah, we are so excited. So I think when I interviewed, we were actively looking for a new location. So this is 4 years in, and I told Bobby.
Takes a little while.
I told Bobby, when it's in stone, you're going to see me dance. So I'm almost there.
Okay.
So we're super excited to be part of the Pie Center.
Yeah, Ron, it's you joined Bobby after a long time in education.
Yeah.
How long you been in the firm now?
2 years.
2 years now. So talk about this move, and look, you're going back to education in some ways at the Pie Center.
That's true, and in fact, we've had a couple times to tour through the building, and just the building itself is just remarkable, and I mean, they're continuing to expand. I really hope, because I went through it with the chamber leadership group this fall, and I do hope they get the BizTown junior achievement piece ready to go there in a couple years. But there's just so many good spots to expand there and walk along with the partners there. We know we've got Wright Brothers there, and so many other organizations. I'd leave someone out.
Boys and Girls Club. There's a lot of synergy going on in that building.
Mint conditions there, cleaning, and of course the pharmacy is moving in as well. So we're excited.
And a Pilates studio, right? Did you still do the
Pilates?
Yeah.
So we're excited to be in that and in partnership with all the other businesses there, and of course Brittany Cannon and the great things that she's doing there at the Pie Center.
Well, it's just tremendous. Edward Jones Investments, Bobby Ludwig announcing moving. And what's the timetable on this?
We probably mid-April we should be moved over. So month and a half. So the construction's moving pretty quickly, and then there's logistics of moving the technology over, furniture over, and so we were hoping for the Pi Day. We thought originally we would be ahead of schedule, or that things would be moving along a little bit quicker, and we might have an open house on Pi Day at the Pi Center and give out pies. So we'll put that in the back.
I heard Bethany may be handing out pies. I'll tell you what. Hey, Congressman Burchett, are you there?
I'm here, brother.
Hey, listen, meet Bobby Ludwig. Bobby's an Edward Jones advisor. He's been on with us for about 20 years on the radio every morning. He's moving his office. Would the congressman maybe come to the ribbon cutting?
That's right. We would love to have him. Good morning, Congressman. Good morning.
Hey, I'm in Congress, so I'm not much into fiscal responsibility.
Well, we would like to know what you're invested in, actually. So, what stocks are you buying?
All right, Bobby. It's not 60 minutes. So
I'm heavy into baseball cards and comic books.
Yeah, okay. There you go. Dem from Knoxville, Tennessee. I guarantee you. All right, Bobby, do you have a report for us this morning, or are you just here for the interview?
I'm just here for the interview.
All
the markets
right.
were down a little bit yesterday, so but recovered off their lows. So
how do people get in touch with you?
Hey, give us a call for all your investment, retirement, and life insurance needs at 473-2215. Again, that's 473-2215, or stop by and see us just for a short time longer at 2060. I almost gave out my other address. 2060 north of Coe Street, right by the old Liner gas station.
All right.
Soon to be American uniform.
Soon to be the old American uniform.
Right.
All right, thank you guys very much. I want to say good morning to the Congressman. Congressman Burchett live from Washington. Morning, Congressman.
Hey, how you boys doing?
Well, we're doing all right, but I just want to go right to it and talk about the situation in Iran and just your thoughts on it initially. I know you've also had some briefings even yesterday from the White House.
Yeah, I think that we're in a situation, this group has thumbed their nose at our country, go back to the Iranian hostage situation in the 70s under Jimmy Carter, and then you go to the 240 Marines that lost their lives, I believe it was Libya, when they blew that barracks up, and then up to 2000 where they attacked a ship and I believe killed 4 sailors around, I think it was year 2000. And then you look at the war in Iraq, they armed them. So they've killed Americans. They have American blood on their hands, but they also are trying to get nuclear power and nuclear weapons. And that's where we're at. And we've had to knock out their defense system so that if they had nukes, they couldn't get them off the ground. We've eliminated their missiles. We've cut China off from a huge portion of their oil because that's who was funding this whole thing. China was buying their oil, and then the Iranians would use that to buy armaments to push terrorism all over the world. And then on the other end of it, Russia was getting the Iranians were heavy into drones, and that's who the Russians were getting their drones from. So it's a lot of things going on with this. Of course, you know their number one got taken out, and I think they've appointed Khamenei, or whatever the heck his name is. They've appointed his son as he's the number 2, and he's a radical too. But if I was going to have Fondue Friday with him, I would probably cancel, because I would say his days are numbered.
Fondue Friday.
Yeah. I'll tweet about it later. It'll go viral. You can say your first search at Tim Burchett. But our intelligence, along with the Israelis, is really unmatched, because they put all their people together in one room, thinking that they had outsmarted us. And I won't go into all the details, but our missiles that took them out were precise and to the point, no pun intended. And we've got their number. And right now what we're doing is taking out all their other missiles that they have. And their leaders are apocalyptic. They're a radical Muslim group that, oddly enough, only about 10% of their population adheres to, but they have such an iron fist. I mean, these are the people that throw gay folks off of buildings. They hang little boys who put up a mean tweet. They poke little girls' eyes out who maybe wear makeup. And then for a woman who's been raped, they will stone them because it's obviously their fault, according to their doctrine. And they are not a religion of peace. They're radicals, and they're rabid dogs, and they need to be put down. Now, I'm not a big war hawk, as you know. I get on the war pimps and the portfolio warriors that we have here that vote, for wars so that their stocks will go up, and I'm sure we got several that'll be pushing it because of that reason down deep. But the reality is there's no way in God's green earth that we want Iran to have any nuclear capabilities. And they've even called for a nuclear war because some of their parliament thinks that they have those capabilities. But I'll tell you, they don't. They won't. We offered them, and I'm giving you a whole rundown. Then you can stop me at the end.
No, go ahead.
We offered them nuclear power basically for life if they would just disarm, would play it straight. And they turned and we went to the bargaining table. I think 4 times. I had a very long conversation with the president on. I'd called him on the morning of about 6 o'clock in the morning. He never sleeps. I get up at 4:30, but I don't know that he even does that. And we had offered them a peaceful resolution, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. And they kept coming. We'd come back to the table, and they would break every vow that they made with us. So there was no turning back at this point. I don't want war. I'm not Lindsey Graham. I'm not wanting to bomb Middle Tennessee or anything like he would. But I just think that we've got a responsibility here. And also one other thing, when the Saudis, or what we call them, Saudis, I don't know, East Tennessee, but when the Saudis allow Israel to fly over their airspace unencumbered, that tells you what's going on. Those people over there, the Middle Easterners, they don't want war. They want peace. They're digging capitalism right now, and I think that's a very good thing for us. And so you've got basically the world's against them. Yeah, Europe and a few of these other gutless ones, and China and Russia are not with us, but vast majority of the people over there are with us. And you see the Iranians all over the world celebrating, and the media can't stand it. So it's I think it's a great opportunity, but I think we need to get in and get out as soon as possible. And I don't want American troops on the ground over there. That's all I got.
You do not want troops on the ground. Is that right?
No, sir. I do not. I think we can handle this elsewhere. Otherwise, I think they've got people over there. We can put people over there, and let's go that route. I think that's the route we need to go.
We're joined by Congressman Tim Burchett. Congressman Burchett, of course, from Knoxville. He is you're on the committee on Foreign Affairs, also the Middle East subcommittee, so you're very familiar with all this. I was reading this morning a couple of reports that from reporting again, and Netanyahu had really impressed upon the president to move up the timing. According to the reports, this was scheduled maybe for late March, early April, but then when United States intelligence, along with Israeli intelligence, noted that they were having that meeting last Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, whatever, at that time in Iran, that we moved up our timetable. Is that even close to being accurate, the reports this morning?
Tell me which timetable you're talking about. I'm not sure.
Initially, it was the attack was going to come in later this month or even early next month, but because
that's what we've heard as well. I don't know how accurate that is, but I think what the problem was, and there's a question of whether China was allowing them to get back in the nuclear game, and that was some of the fear, because once they had you're seeing right now they bombed Iran has sent missiles into 10 other countries, I believe, that had absolutely nothing to do with what's going on. So I think you will. I think you're seeing that if they had the capabilities of sending nuclear weapons, they would do it, and they are apocalyptic. They want to end it. That's kind of an extreme Muslim belief, I believe.
We're joined by Congressman Tim Burchett. Congressman, a lot of President Trump supporters in the MAGA world have come out against this. People like Tucker Carlson, others have notably come out against this action. What do you say to them this morning? Those who support the president but are against this war.
Well, we're in it. Let's support it. Let's get out as quick as possible. And I said yesterday, what about we start moving towards putting troops on the ground over there? And I've said, the White House has at least sent us messages that that's not their intent. And I think you need to hold Congress accountable with that. We don't need to do that. Let somebody else put their boys in. America's lost enough in these foreign wars. And I think that I think it can happen. If you remember, what year was it when the Iranian hostage
79
took place? 79, right. Okay, yeah, because I was a sophomore in high school, at Bearden High School in Knoxville.
I was a year old.
The people, I remember, obviously.
I was born in
but the people rose up and they took it over and they took it away from the Shah. I think I would like to see that same fervor. I would hope that they would rise up and do just that.
Very quickly here, I noticed at the State of the Union, the Sergeant at Arms comes out, announces the President walks in. You are right there. If you're watching the television screen, you're on the left. Actually, Jimmy Duncan, your predecessor, was behind you a little bit, and you were on the left. Yeah. And the President stopped and talked to you for an unusually long amount of time. What can you tell us about that conversation with the President on his way up to the lectern?
He just, he told me he loved me and that he loved Tennessee and that he appreciated my call that morning, because I called him, and I know God doesn't speak to me in an audible voice, but he speaks to me, and I thought, I'm just going to try calling the President, and I did, and it was very early, and he picked up on the first ring. And first thing out of his mouth was Tim. And I think he'd seen me on CNN or something, and was laughing about, how I was getting into it with him, how much he appreciated me. And then he said, and then he just looked at me and he said, thank you for that phone call, buddy. And he told me he loved me. And that was it, basically. He said some other nice things. And then on the way out, though, and can I tell you what I told him on the way out? Nobody believes this.
Please.
I told the press this, and then they said, oh, you didn't know. If you're not going to tell us, then just tell us you're not going to tell us. Well, we've got this cat in our barn. We got a bunch of cats, you get their freaking barn cats, whatever, and you can't ever catch them. But we got this one cat, and my wife named it after President Trump. She calls it Orange Cat Bad. And I was telling him that cat is the meanest SOB in the barn, because I have insomnia. So at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm coming back from the barn after I've made some skateboards. That's what I do. I make skateboards in the barn. And then, and I was coming back, and our gray cat was running like crazy, ran in front of me. And then this huge owl, it must have had a 6-foot wingspan. It's kind of spooky. It's just, they're like a trash can with wings. They're crazy. God designed them pretty cool. And then I'm thinking, holy cow, he's going to eat that gray cat. And then who was chasing it but Orange Cat Bad, the meanest SOB in the barn. And I told Trump that, President Trump, and he said, tell Kelly I said thank you. My wife, that was her cat. She named it. And and everybody, because everybody when they're on the road, they always say, "Oh, Mr. President, we need to talk about tariffs, with the UN or some craziness." And you didn't want to hear that crap he's coming off of the stage. He's not remembering that stuff. You just keep it light and funny, and that's why they keep coming back to you. But serious on the way in, and just having and congratulatory and funny on the way out. That's the way I do it. He always looks for me, and then when he sees me, he comes towards me. So I guess that's a good thing.
Congressman Tim Burchett. Congressman, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes,
Pray
sir.
for our country.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. There he is.
Love it.
Listen, I don't care if you're left wing, right wing, middle wing, as Dan Rather would say, Republican, Democrat, or mugwump. That was funny. I don't care who you are.
You know that I worked on his floor when he was in the state senate.
Did you really?
Yes.
Was he that funny then?
I wasn't around him a whole lot.
He's funny.
He's hilarious.
I mean, I don't even know. To get into the fact that he's making skateboards in his barn in Knoxville. We'll have to get into that later. I didn't, whatever. All right. Hey, coming up at 8:30, Senator Bill Hagerty. So a morning of some big interviews, very timely, about what's happening in Iran. And we're going to be joined by Senator Hagerty at 8:30 this morning. If you're listening on the radio, you may want to go to mixtv.tv or watch it later. Senator Hagerty's been briefed on all of this. Tell you what, let's do this. Let's get into traffic right here before the news on the hour.
Okay, this Don Ledford Cleveland on-time traffic report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet and GMC in Cleveland, Northley Highway, and anytime at donledford.com. Crews have been working an accident on the interstate in Hamilton County this morning, I-75 southbound near the Bonnie Oaks exit. So be aware of that as you drive. Also another accident, I-75 southbound. That one's going to be near the I-24 split. That one is not blocking any traffic. It is on the right shoulder there. So be aware of both of those if you're headed toward Chattanooga this morning. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ritapest Mix line is 423-614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. We'll check your Mermaid Mattress Weather Center forecast coming up.
This traffic report is brought to you by L&B Appliance, the best selection of appliances, professional installation, and service. Locally owned and operated, L&B is large enough to meet all your appliance needs, small enough to appreciate your business. Durkee Road at Highway 64 in Cleveland.
Duracell in Cleveland is hiring mechanical skilled technicians.
You get an email and it looks urgent. Your account's been locked. There's a problem with your delivery. And it looks real, but be careful because it could be a phishing scam. Phishing emails are designed to trick you into clicking bad links or sharing personal information. Here's how to spot one. Check the sender's email address closely. Scammers often use lookalikes. Watch for poor grammar, strange formatting, and suspicious links. If you hover over a link and it doesn't match the company's real website, don't click. And remember, real companies will never ask for passwords or social security numbers over email. When in doubt, contact the company directly using the information on their official site. Stay safe, stay secure. This is your Tech Minute brought to you by Cleveland Utilities.
This Tech Minute brought to you by Cleveland Utilities. For more information, call 423-472-4521 or visit them online at clevelandutilities.com and check out their new fiber internet options with speeds up to 2.5 gigs. Cleveland Utilities, empowering your tomorrow with blazing fast internet.
Dad thinks because he's president of Mermaid Mattress that President's Day is all about him.
Action! You ready for my big day? Let's celebrate by having a sale on Tempur-Pedic.
That's a good idea.
How about if we give people up to $800 off Stearns & Foster and Tempur-Pedic?
That's why you're the prez, big dog.
I'm glad you're finally coming around.
Come get your Tempur-Pedic starting at only $19 a month, no interest financing, free local delivery, and $300 in free accessories.
And that's only at Chattanooga's original Tempur-Pedic dealer, Mermaid Mattress.
Family owned, locally made since 1979.
Do you know the laws about stopping for a school bus? On a divided highway with a dirt, grass, or barrier median, only cars behind the bus need to stop. Cars approaching from the opposite direction may proceed with caution. Know the law and keep our kids safe.
Well, I wouldn't have Fondue Friday with his son over there in Iran.
Nope, wouldn't plan on it.
He just joined us. You missed Congressman Burchett, who now Fondue Friday, we understand, is trending worldwide. All right. Go to the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center.
Is your current mattress still good but not comfortable anymore? Trade in your old mattress at Mermaid Mattress and get credit towards a new one. Your gently used mattress will be given to someone in need.
For today, mostly cloudy skies early in the day, partly cloudy by afternoon, a high of 76 and a low of 57 this evening. For tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy skies near record high temperatures, a high of 81 and a low of 58. And then on Friday, cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy later near record high temperatures again with a high of 83. Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 54 degrees, MilliganVane.com. Taking a look at our Langley roofing radar, things are looking great out there. This weather forecast is brought to you by the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry, Dr. Ken Beard, Dr. Brian Beard, and Dr. Baylor Terrell. Call them at 423-476-6541 or visit them online at centerforcosmeticdentistry.com.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland studios. This is your home for the best mix, the best variety, and all the important information you need. Download the Mix 1041 app at mymix1041.com. The top of the hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making the top of your house the best it can be. Visit bestbuymetalroofing.com.
The best mix, the best variety. WCLE, Calhoun, Cleveland, Athens.
Fox News is next, presented by Capital Tire Service in downtown Cleveland.
Fox News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. Iran and Israel trade blows as we enter day 5 of Operation Epic Fury.
Tehran and other Iranian cities hit by what the Israelis say is their 10th wave of attacks. Government buildings, including those associated with Iran's crackdown on protests, have been hit. This as images of 4 of the 6 American service members killed in action were released. 3 men and a woman ranging in age from 20 to 42.
Fox's Greg Palcott, an upset in the Texas Senate Democratic primary.
James Tallarico defeated Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett in that hotly contested primary. In a victory speech, Tallarico said he was going to take back Texas. Now, we don't know yet what Republican Tallarico is going to face. The Republican race there is going to come down to a runoff. And
It's Fox's Doug Glazader. America's listening to Fox News.
The Mix 1041 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. Mix 1041, MixTV.tv. Good morning. Mix Mornings presented by Bradley Medical Center, local and state news. From the Logan Thompson Law News Desk, visit LoganThompsonLaw.com. A former Cleveland middle school teacher previously convicted of secretly recording female students in a locker room is now facing a new charge. Authorities say Christopher Schroll has been charged with violating Tennessee's sex offender registry law. Now, investigators say that Schroll was found at Beef O'Brady's on Snow Hill Road in Ooltewah, a location authorities say is within 1,000 feet of Ooltewah High School that violates registry restrictions. Schroll required to register as a sex offender after pleading guilty in 2024 to 2 counts of attempted aggravated unlawful photographing of a minor. In that case, Schroll was sentenced to 5 months in jail, followed by 3 years, 7 months of probation. Schroll originally arrested in 2022. Police say he placed a spy camera disguised as a phone charger in the girls' locker room at Cleveland Middle School. Investigators say about 30 girls were recorded before students discovered the camera. Schroll's next court date on the new registry violation charge is scheduled for March 19th. A new bill being considered at the Tennessee State Capitol would provide financial assistance to people caring for loved ones with dementia at home. WTVC television reports the proposal, called the Caring for Caregivers Act, sponsored by State Representative Renee Jones. The bill would provide $6,000 grants to family members who serve as in-home caregivers for relatives living with dementia. And Starbucks expanding their footprint in the United States. Plans to open a new corporate operations center in Nashville this year. That according to an announcement by Governor Bill Lee. Officials say the new office will support the company's continued coffeehouse growth, rising customer demand nationwide. Once operational, the Davidson County location will work closely with the Starbucks global headquarters in Seattle. That story courtesy of Nashville NBC affiliate WSMV. Don't forget the Garden Plaza Cleveladn holding a nacho bar today to benefit the Great Strides for Cystic Fibrosis at Lee University. The nacho bar is a great fundraiser, but it's also great food every time. Lots of toppings, and they're very generous with their portions, by the way. It's 11-1 today at Garden Plaza, and you can go in person. Now, you can also take some with you, order for your office, call Garden Plaza, you can do that. And that is today from 11 until 1. All right. Let's get into sports here for just a moment. We have Walker Valley. The Walker Valley boys won their region semifinal game last night over Shelbyville at Warren County High School. So Walker Valley will now be in the boys region championship game tomorrow night against Cookeville, and they're guaranteed a sub-state game Monday night. If they win the boys region championship tomorrow night, they'll host a sub-state Monday. If they lose, they will travel. The Bradley Central High School Bearettes will take on Cookeville for the girls region championship tonight at Warren County High School. That'll be 8 o'clock Eastern Time tonight. We'll have live coverage here on Mix 1041 and the free Mix 1041 app. It's a free download at mymix1041.com. Our coverage tonight presented by Cleveland Ford. Again, if the Bearettes win tonight and win the region championship, they'll host a sub-state game this Saturday night at Smitty Arena. If they lose tonight, they'll travel for the sub-state on Saturday night. So we're very excited about all of this. 11 after the hour. Mark Shepard, Shelter Insurance, 2334 Keith Street, Cleveland. Call 423-339-8777. All right, it's time for our obituary briefs, brought to you by Chattanooga Monument Company of Cleveland, where they're now in Cleveland. They have a philosophy of meeting people where they are, serving their needs, and showing them love. They specialize in bronze and granite memorials and monuments. Chattanooga Monument Company designs, engraves, and etches granite in-house. ChattanoogaMonumentCompany.com. Timothy, perhaps better known as Tim Carl Ledford, lifelong resident of Cleveland, passed away unexpectedly on February 26th at the age of 57. Gem Rush Funeral Home was charged with all arrangements as Ledford was laid to rest on Tuesday in McDonald. Scotty Dwayne Burton, age 50, of Georgetown, passed away February 27th. The visitation this Sunday, 1 until 4 at the Ridge Chapel of the Companion Funeral Home on Georgetown Road. A funeral service will follow at 4 p.m. Rebecca, perhaps better known as Becky Harris, born in Knoxville, passed away in Cleveland March 1st after a long illness. There'll be no services at her request. Gem Rush Funeral Home has charge of the arrangements. Robert Wayne Andrews, age 86, of Cleveland, passed away on Sunday, February the 22nd. There will be no services for Robert Wayne Andrews, age 86, but arrangements and care from the Gem Rush Funeral and Cremation Services. Obituary briefs brought to you by Chattanooga Monument Company. Visit ChattanoogaMonumentCompany.com.
Good morning. Let's get a check of traffic here. This Don Ledford Cleveland on-time traffic report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet and GMC in Cleveland, North Lee Highway, and anytime at donledford.com. We have no accidents to tell you about. As we take a look at the Langley Roofing traffic cameras, those two accidents we've been telling you about this morning have been cleared up and are out of the way. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Rid of Pest Mix line is 423-614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. This traffic report is brought to you by the Cleveland Family YMCA. The Cleveland Y is growing and families are loving it. As part of its ongoing renovation, the Y is excited to introduce a brand new Child Watch and Youth Activity Center created just for kids. Find out more at clevelandtnymca.org. We'll check your Mermaid Mattress Weather Center forecast coming up.
Thank you, Cleveland and Bradley County, for supporting Vendor Realty for the last 55 years. More than ever, we are ready and prepared to help.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop, where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
Hardee's Barbecue Pulled Pork Frisco Burger is back and just $5.99 in the app. Got that appetite appeal? Absolutely. Okay, that's it. But still, Hardee's Pulled Pork Frisco Burger, just $5.99 in the app.
My name is Mark Road-Truck. My job has me on the road a lot. When I decided to get a new EV, it was a no-brainer that Don Ledford is where I was going to go. The selling experience was fantastic. When I made the decision to buy the EV, I had heard concerns of what's called range anxiety. You've got a certain range you can go, and you got to charge up. The Chevrolet app is fantastic, and it really put my range anxiety at ease. I recommend Don Ledford to everyone because they treat you like family.
Portion of Mixed Mornings is brought to you by McDonald's.
Right now, it's buy one, add one for $1 on your breakfast favorites at McDonald's, including your choice of sausage McGriddles, sausage burrito, sausage McMuffin, sausage biscuit, or hash browns. And you can mix and match. That's available now at McDonald's.
Whenever you see the big box chains that sell mattresses, you'll also find locally owned Mermaid Mattress, either across the street or around the corner, where more of your dollars will stay local.
For today, mostly cloudy skies early in the day, partly cloudy by afternoon, a high of 76 and a low of 57 this evening. For tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy skies near record high temperatures, a high of 81 and a low of 58. And then on Friday, cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy later near record high temperatures again with a high of 83. Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 55 degrees, MilliganVane.com. Taking a look at our Langley roofing radar, things are looking great out there.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Bradley Concrete and LambCon Ready Mix, a family-owned business serving Cleveland for over 40 years. Visit lambcon.us to find out more.
Your home for true music variety.
Mix 1041.
Welcome back. It is 5:13 on this wonderful Wednesday morning. Temperatures are in the 50s, so it's a very comfortable start out there. No rain, no fog. Things are looking A-OK for your morning commutes if you're having that warm cup of coffee. And here's the good news. It's a really nice start to the day. Mid to upper 70s later on. There may be a few areas that push close to 80 degrees. Again, it's going to be very warm, not only today, but really for the next week or so. And Thursday through Saturday specifically, I do think we could break some records. We're going to be anywhere from 20 to 25 degrees above normal. We're going to get this warm flow out of the Gulf, high pressure ramping up, and that's going to allow for some really warm air, not only here across the Tennessee Valley, but all the way back towards Dallas, Texas, and really 2/3 of the country going to feel this spring-like warmth. We're likely to break records Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I mean, once we start getting into the mid-80s, especially this time of the year, that is very warm. And the last time we hit the 80s here in Chattanooga was back in October, so it's been nearly 6 months. So again, it's going to be a very warm week. Even into next week, we're going to have more 80s on tap by the middle of the week. So again, this warm air is kind of just going to stick around. And the overall pattern trend, well, a lot of red indicating a lot of warmth on the way. And you already know that pollen count is going to start to go up, up, up. And we're going to be in that high range by the time we get into the weekend. Again, trees starting to come out like crazy. And with this sustained warm air, that pollen really going to start to ramp up as well. So go ahead and start prepping for that. Also, we spring forward. Again, I'm going to remind you every single day. I don't want it to sneak up on you this weekend. You will lose that hour of sleep. Sunset on Saturday here in Chattanooga, 6:42. By Sunday, that'll be 7:43. Plus, our sunrise time's going to be later as well. So again, just start mentally preparing for that. Here's a look at your radar. Really quiet morning. We got cloud cover coming in. Stationary front kind of parked to our north. That's bringing some rain and even some flooding potential to parts of the Midwest this morning. But for us, really not seeing any issues on your way in on this Wednesday. But as we look ahead, things are going to start to change. We're going to get more moisture back in here by the time we get towards the end of the week. So as we take a look at your future tracker, I'm not going to rule out a few sprinkles on Thursday. Not going to be a big deal. A lot of you stay dry. More cloud cover by the end of the week. And I do think Friday afternoon we'll have some showers and storms developing as we get that rich moisture coming in from the Gulf. That'll kind of be the trend as we head into Saturday as well. We'll have occasional showers and storms. Not going to be a weekend washout, but we're going to get some much needed rain here, especially late in the day on Saturday into Sunday morning. We're going to have a weak little front come through, so showers will begin during the evening and then gradually start to move back in overnight. So over the next 7 days or so, we could pick up upwards of an inch of rain. We need it. We're still dealing with that widespread drought here across the Tennessee Valley.
401 MixedTV.tv. Let's get a check of our Simmons Bank celebration list. What's up?
Happy birthday to my nephew today, Jamison Baggett. He is 18, a senior at Bradley Central, where he plays baseball.
Go register to vote now.
I know.
Make sure he does that.
Absolutely. Happy birthday, Jamison. Declan McDonald is 8 years old today, a student at Waterville Elementary. That's from Dad, Mom, and his brother, Buddy. And then Destiny Cisco is 38 today, and that is from Mom, Diage, and Jalea. Calling your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the volunteer Ritipes Mix line, 423-614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank celebration list. At Simmons Bank, they are with you every step of the way. Call Jamie Kyle, 423-381-3429.
All right, coming up at 8:30, we'll be joined live from Washington by Senator Bill Hagerty, who is going to talk with us about the situation in Iran. Also, if you missed it, about 30 minutes ago, we had Congressman Tim Burchett on live from Washington, so a morning of pretty timely interviews here. Speaking of timely, we have Dine Out for Disaster Relief. Bradley Hudson is, of course, the board chair of the American Red Cross, and my buddy Wesley True is here, who slept in that shirt last night. Good morning, Wesley.
It's a brand new shirt, man.
Well,
it's not even been worn. Not even last night.
No,
I know
you can wear 24/7. It's so comfy.
I mean, look at me. I'm in a hoodie. So, of course, Wesley with Inman Social. Good morning, guys.
Good morning,
buddy?
Good morning, Bridget.
Hey, good morning, Bradley. Tell me about this.
Yes. So tomorrow we're doing Dine Out for Disaster Relief. It's an event going over all of East Tennessee, but specifically we want to talk about this morning our participants here in Cleveland. We have nothing but cake for tomorrow morning, so make sure you stop in, pick up some of those, take them into the office. Everyone will like you tomorrow. But tomorrow evening, our participant is Inman Social. And this money is going back to the American Red Cross to help out with the recent disasters in Nashville, Memphis, and some of those winter storms that we had.
Wesley, Inman Social, everybody loves it. And tell me how you guys are going to be involved tomorrow night.
Well, this is one time we don't mind we usually tell people don't upsell people. Just, let them choose what they want. We don't want to push big, heavy wines, expensive wines. Don't push expensive stuff on people. But tomorrow, think we can break that rule because this money's going to a great cause like the Red Cross. So we're happy to be involved in this. Happy to donate 10% of our sales, which most restaurants profit 3%. So y'all can do the math. So we're financially involved in this. So guys, come out and have some food, buy a nice bottle of wine, buy some steaks, because 10% goes to these guys.
Wesley, why is this important to you and to Inman Social?
Well, I've been in Cleveland for a while. It's nice to give back, and it's nice to finally give back to our community. And we just want to help out. So we're really excited about this.
Bradley, tell me, the Red Cross, you guys, of course, our first call when things happen, and what's been happening lately, especially with this?
Yeah, so just some of the quick stats on this. During the winter storm, over 300,000 people lost power in single-digit weather. So we were finding people sleeping in vehicles, elderly sleeping in vehicles. The Red Cross supplied shelter for over 4,000 people during the time. Almost 50,000 meals were served during the storm. So, Inman coming back in, and they've been a long-term supporter. This isn't their first time helping the Sheehan family and Inman Social specifically. Have always been great to our community. So, but this is just our way on East Tennessee to get back to our communities in Middle Tennessee and West Tennessee to try to help out.
All right, it's a Dine Out for Disaster Relief. It's all happening tomorrow. Bradley Hudson of Edward Jones is the chairman of the board of directors of the American Red Cross of Southeast Tennessee. That's Bradley County, along with 11 other counties. And then, of course, award-winning chef Wesley True, Inman Social. So, again, Wesley, it's a great opportunity to do something here local tomorrow, and but obviously give back.
Yeah, man. We're just, like I said, come buy a steak, spend a little money, and your money's going to a good place. And your meal, I'm not a tax guy, but your meal could be a write-off as well. So.
And I think Steve's going to be joining us tomorrow,
That's
so he'll
right.
be picking up my tab, I
Absolutely.
think, right? So yeah,
I'll make sure I order some caviar and lobster for
bringing
Steve
all the
to-
kids out and.
Well, that's so kind of you.
Oh, yes,
Thank you,
of
thank you
course.
so much.
Yes.
Hey, Bradley, if you will, one more time, just repeat the details for us.
Absolutely. Dine Out for Disaster Relief will be going on tomorrow, March 5th. We have a lot of participants, so you can go on to redcross.org/TN That will give you all of the lists. But here in Cleveland, we have Nothing Bundt Cakes, so you can stop in there tomorrow. They'll be donating some of their proceeds. Tomorrow night, Inman Social will be donating 10% of the sales to the Red Cross. This money is going back into the communities that were devastated by the winter storms just last month.
All right, Bradley Hudson and Wesley True, thank you both very much.
Thanks, bud.
Look
Thank
forward
you.
to it tomorrow. We are going to go right now to the phone. We're joined by Senator Bill Hagerty. Senator, good morning.
Good morning, Steve. Great to be with you this morning.
Well, Senator, thank you so much for joining us live from Washington. Of course, Senator Hagerty is you're on the Committee on Foreign Relations, but I know that you, along with other members of Congress, have been briefed by the White House. Just bring us the very latest on the situation in Iran.
Well, the situation there, I think, is ahead of schedule. The operation, I think, has been, again, executed with amazing precision. I have to say this, though, Steve, my heart goes out to the families of the military that we lost. The count that I got at the end of the day yesterday was 6 military personnel. I hope that number hasn't increased overnight. But we have taken on what has been a persistent challenge for 47 years. If you think about the Iranian regime that has chanted death to America, that as far back as the attack on our Marine barracks in Beirut back in the early 1980s, where they killed over 200 U.S. military there, the attack on USS Cole, what was funded and financed by Iran in Israel in October of 2023, with 1,200 people killed that day in a massacre, with 40 American citizens killed there as well. What we have is a situation in Iran where the Israeli Air Force had taken out Iran's ability to protect its airspace. We had a situation where our bunker bombs have devastated their existing nuclear capacity, but at the same time, we have an Iran that's belligerent, one that was insistent on rebuilding their nuclear capacity, even started to build new facilities. They have ballistic missiles and launch capability and drones that At this point, number 2,500. They were on their way to 8,000 by the end of the year. They were trying to put themselves in a position with these ballistic missiles to make Iran such a porcupine, if you will, Steve, that we would not attack them and they'd have free reign to build their nuclear capacity. That had to come to an end. President Trump acted decisively, again, in partnership with Israel. They have taken out any ability for Iran to protect its airspace, and now that we have opened up that airspace, American assets are deployed much closer to the theater, meaning it'll be much more rapid, much less expensive, and much more effective as we go in and strategically target those locations where they have been manufacturing ballistic missiles and the ballistic missile launchers that are used to fire those at our allies, at Americans, into the Straits of Hormuz, where they have attempted to block the flow of oil. And again, President Trump, you may have seen this, just announced yesterday that he's going to guarantee the passage of cargo ships through that strait so that Iran cannot achieve their goal of disrupting the global economy as part of all of this.
We are joined by Senator Bill Hagerty live from Washington. There's a couple of reports out this morning, Senator, that in fact the timeline was moved up, that as far as the attack on Iran, and one reason is that our intelligence, along with Israeli intelligence, had the fact that the Iranians and the Ayatollah and those that ultimately were killed in the attack, that they were all going to be together last Saturday, which I found interesting. The first day of the work week in Iran and that part of the world. But anyway, that they were all going to be together, and so our timeline was moved up. Can you speak to that report out this morning?
I haven't seen the report, but I'll just say this again, not knowing what information has been released. We do know this, that 40 leaders were taken in that meeting, and that included the Ayatollah himself. I think they'd become complacent, Steve, that attacks would only come at night. They felt they could operate freely during the daytime. This was a daytime attack. What they failed to understand and what they consistently underestimate is President Trump's willingness to use the opportunity of surprise as a tactic. And I just get so frustrated with reporters here who come up to me and say, are you going to do this or do that? Are you going to commit to this or that in terms of how you're going to execute the war? It's not a war. It's a decisive military capability that's being deployed right now. Why would anybody talk about what's on or off the table? You want all options available to your commander-in-chief. And President Trump makes certain that all options are always available. He never takes anything off the table because he wants to utilize that element of surprise. He wants to keep every lever in his control so he can maximize America's leverage going into any situation. This is no different. I think what he saw was an opportunity to make an outsized impact. You want to do that. You want to minimize risk to America. You want to maximize the impact of your deployment of military assets. And I think that's precisely what happened, and the numbers speak for themselves. With 40 of their top leadership gone, including their Secretary of Defense, their equivalent of their CIA director, their national security advisor, it was a significant blow that was leveled to Iran in terms of their top leadership. And again, President Trump just wants this to come to an end. And I think what you've seen following this, with the drones that they've launched, with the ballistic missiles that they've sent out all over the neighborhood, so to speak, against their neighbors. What Iran's intention was to create economic havoc to the extent they could in the region, to create a lot of pain. What it's done, it's turned their regional neighbors strongly against Iran and moved them in our favor. So it's backfired again on the Iranians, another misjudgment. And I think this operation will continue. As I said, they're in a position now to actually ramp up the operation, and I hope that they'll finish it rapidly, and we will see the Iranian missile launch capability completely neutered, and that in itself will put an end to this nuclear ambition that the Iranians have professed for over 4 decades.
We are joined by Senator Bill Hagerty of Tennessee, and he's live from Washington. What about another report this morning and even yesterday that really the leading candidate to take over for the Ayatollah, who was killed last Saturday, would be his son? What do we know about his son? He apparently is who the clerics there in Iran talking about taking over for his late father.
I've not seen any intelligence on the succession plan for the Iranian government related to the son. I would just say this. Anyone stepping into that position, I think, would be quite reluctant right now. If you step back from this situation and see the way it's headed, that is one of the most dangerous places to be right now, to the extent they continue to call for death for America, to the extent that they continue to attack their neighbors. This is going to be a very uncomfortable position for anybody. I think the best option for the Iranian leadership is to take a toll of what's happened, to realize that America is finally serious, that they're not going to be able to tap us along. And you know how the playbook has gone, Steve. They would bring us to the negotiating table. They would promise something. They would always take it away. Their goal, again, has always been to get more time so they can continue to build more capacity. President Trump, talking with Steve Witkoff, a friend of mine, talking with Jared Kushner, another friend of mine, who were leading negotiations, they said to President Trump, these guys are not serious. They're just trying to tap us along again, just like they did President Biden, just like they did President Obama, except this time we're not going to give them billions of dollars of cash so they can use that to fund further military operations and further proxy operations to wreak terror. We're going to shut them down, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
We're joined by Senator Bill Hagerty, live from Washington. What do you make of some of the president's supporters, some that are in the MAGA world, the MAGA movement, and notably people like Tucker Carlson, who are so against this war in Iran?
Well, I'm very sympathetic with the American sentiment that we're tired of these forever wars. And if you think about President Trump's MAGA supporters, it's our sons and daughters that are on the front lines, that are dealing with commitments that have been made by people sitting back in the comfort of their office in Washington. So I completely get that sentiment, but I would just encourage them to do this. Step back and take a look at what President Trump has actually done. Look at what happened in Venezuela. A very surgical operation. President Trump has come in, achieved the objective, an immediate objective, done swiftly and effectively. Maduro was extracted. Now what do we have? A situation where the illicit oil that was coming out of Venezuela going straight to China is no more. We control that oil flow. Guess what's happening with Iran? President Trump, again, is moving decisively. It's a much larger country, a much more difficult situation with a theocracy in charge and 90 million person population there. But President Trump, again, moving decisively and, again, in partnership with Israel. I think they're going to have this wrapped up very quickly. And President Trump will, again, have taken control of an illicit oil flow, 92% of the oil coming out of Iran going, guess where? To China again. And as President Trump continues to step it up, he's shifting the global leverage in his favor. China has tried to choke point us with critical minerals. President Trump is now taking this illicit oil off the market. And if you look at what's happening with Russia, increasing sanctions pressure on Russia as well in terms of their oil sales to China. So all of this is having global implications. And again, stepping back, taking a 30 or 50,000 foot view of this thing, President Trump is shifting the pieces on the playing board to give America more leverage, and he's doing it in a manner that does not put the United States, it puts the United States military at minimal risk. I'm not saying there's no risk at all, and President Trump has warned about this, but I think he's trying to minimize the risk to the men and women of our military, achieve our strategic objectives, and put us in a fundamentally different position so that this axis of evil is no longer able to threaten the United States or anybody else in the world.
We're joined by Senator Bill Hagerty, live from Washington. I know that the United States Senate will take up a war powers vote later today, I believe, if that's still on schedule. What do you make of that? And in your opinion, Senator, should the president have gone to Congress for authorization on this?
Again, the element of surprise is absolutely critical here. Every president before President Trump has realized that, too. I think the War Powers Act has been invoked 2 times in history. The Democrats don't have any problem when Bill Clinton and Barack Obama utilized it to drop thousands of bombs in what they view were tactically or strategically important areas to advance America's interest. The reason for this vote, and it's going to fail, Steve, is because the Democrats cannot stand to see President Trump take a win. They would rather disadvantage America. They would rather, it's just hard to believe that as I listen to some of the Democrat complaints, it's almost as if they're siding with Iran. I know that can't be true, but it just sounds so preposterous the way that they are coming about this. If you think about what Iran has done to American lives, to lives of our allies, We found them at a point where they were at their weakest. I would be very hard-pressed to tell my children and grandchildren that we had this opportunity and did not take it. If we allowed Iran to step back up, gain nuclear capacity, which has been their long-term goal, and to continue to harass in the region, and every one of those harassments takes lives, whether they be American lives or the lives of our allies. If we'd allowed that to continue when we had this opportunity, I think we would have deeply failed our children and grandchildren. So this is, yet again, more theatrics and more political posturing by the Democrats. Look at what they've done with the funding of the government. They still have the Department of Homeland Security shut down, Steve. If you ever thought about when the risks were highest here on American homeland soil, you have to look no further than what Joe Biden did to us when he came into office. He collapsed our southern border. 1,500 Iranians were apprehended. That's not even getting at how many got past Border Patrol. They apprehended 1,500 Iranians trying to enter this country. Do you know what the Bidens did? They let half of them, they released half of them in to, quote, await their trial. They haven't been tried. We don't know where they are in the country. So the probability of a sleeper cell being here in America is certainly greater than zero. Yet the Democrats' decision is, let's defund the Department of Homeland Security. It makes no sense. It does not put America's interests first. And it's time for the Democrats to stop the politics, to stop the theatrics, to lock arms with us and say, look, as Americans, we need to stand up and deal with a force that has been threatening, has been taking American lives, and has been menacing an entire region of the world. Let's deal with it once and for all. Let's put our allies on level footing. And again, that makes us stronger and more capable of dealing with the other threats that we face. And there I'm thinking about the terrain in East Asia with China, the Taiwan Strait, North Korea. That's where we need to focus next.
Hey, final question and off of the Iranian topic, and that is the primaries last night. We know this is a midterm election year. I'd love to get your comment on what happened in Texas last night. Have a lot of attention there. More money spent, they say, on that Senate primary than any in history, as looks like, they are. Cornyn, your colleague in the United States Senate, John Cornyn, will go to a runoff with Paxton, the Attorney General down there, and the President has not made an endorsement. What do you make of that? And then, of course, I know North Carolina was competitive last night.
Well, I'd say this. I've already congratulated my friend Tom Cotton, who won his primary with over 81% of the vote, 82, close to 82%. That's the type of primary I think we'd all rather see, because what happens in these primaries, Steve, is that you're depleting Republican resources that could be better utilized, I think, in a general election. At the same time, you've got to honor the primary process. It gives a chance for our voters to pick the candidate that best represents them. I think the goal right now, I know there's going to be a runoff in Texas. Again, that's going to be expensive, diverting more resources. I hate that we have to be spending money in Texas. I'd rather be spending our funds in those states that are going to be battleground states for us for the general election. But I hope that what we do is bring these decisions to a close quickly, get behind the winner, because the last thing that we want to see is a loss of control to the Democrats in the United States Senate. If they had control, they would do everything. They could just look no further than what they've been able to do now with procedural lockups. They shut the government down for 43 days already. They've now got the Department of Homeland Security shut down. If they had control of the gavel in the United States Senate, I think it would be a complete disaster. They would try to deadlock this country. And again, they'd rather play politics than agree with anything that President Trump might do, no matter how good it is for America's interests. So I think you teed it up well. We've got these primaries that have occurred. They've been expensive. We need to now focus on getting certain that we get the strongest possible candidate in a position to win, because my overarching objective is to make certain that we retain control of the United States Senate. I'm optimistic that we'll do it. I'm even optimistic that we could gain seats in states like Michigan, states like New Hampshire. You look at Georgia, you're very close to it right there, Steve. Hard for me to fathom that Georgia would be a blue state. It's not, yet they're represented by one of the most liberal senators in the United States Senate. John Ossoff is up this time. So I think we've got actually real opportunity, but we can't take anything for granted. And again, these primaries have to happen. I think they're good and in some ways therapeutic for us, but I hate the fact that it requires us to spend resources that I would rather see deployed in a general election.
Senator Bill Hagerty, appreciate your generosity of your time this morning, giving us such an inside look at what the entire nation is concerned about, is talking about. I appreciate it very much.
Thanks, Steve. Always great to be with you.
Thank you, sir. Senator Bill Hagerty live from Washington. Again, very timely interviews this morning. We had Congressman Tim Burchett last hour. If you missed that, you'll want to go back and watch it, and somewhat, Bridget, for the comic relief. I said earlier, I don't care if you're right wing, left wing, Republican, Democrat, or mugwump, like Dan Rather used to say. It doesn't matter. He was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Just Fondue Friday. Just look at that. It's pretty funny. And then, of course, you just heard from Senator Hagerty, so two very timely interviews live from Washington. Coming up, speaking of timely, it's always a good time to talk with our friends at Food City and Coca-Cola. You think they brought any Coke Zero for me?
Ooh,
Do you think they brought me any Coke Zero? Probably not.
This news update is brought to you by Ocoee Pediatrics. At Ocoee Pediatrics, they are committed to seeing sick children within 24 hours of onset in most cases. Located at 55 25th Street in Cleveland. Call 423-614-3733 or visit ocoeepeds.com.
We will find impossible to take.
Logan Thompson. Dude, does your ball talk?
Yeah, ever since the car accident.
Logan Thompson.
Thinks I should call Logan Thompson to get a better settlement. He won't shut up about it.
And you blew it.
I know.
We could have had it all. Logan Thompson.
Call Logan Thompson. We get results.
Call Logan Thompson.
You get a yearly checkup. Shouldn't your air? With your local Lennox dealer, regular care equals perfect air. With technology you can touch, comfortable air you can feel, and savings you can see. Not just perfect air, perfect for you air.
Call Dale's Heating and Air to upgrade your air today.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Download the all-new Mix 104.1 app online at mymix1041.com.
What's your biggest investment? Probably your home. The roof over your head. If it's time to repair or replace your roof, the pros at Langley Roofing are here to help. See a loved roof? Chances are it's a Langley.
So what did you name her? Sophia.
Okay, Sophia, this might hurt a little bit, but we'll do it together. All right. Good job,
Sophia, I'm here if you need me.
Make sure you hold the baby's head when you give the baby to the mother.
What did you name him?
Sun is shining, it's a beautiful day. Wake up, sleepyhead, get up and play. Everything's yellow, it's a beautiful sight. Sunbeam showers makes everything right. Come on now, let's get away.
Make every day brighter with the sunny southern goodness of Mayfield Dairy.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Thank you, Cleveland and Bradley County, for supporting Vendor Realty for the last 55 years. More than ever, we are ready and prepared to help our community be home. The real estate market is changing and evolving, and the Vendor Realty family is ready to help navigate today's market by providing professional, knowledgeable, and resourceful advisors to help your dream of calling someplace home. For all things real estate, be home with Vendor Realty, 425 25th Street, 423-472-2173, vendor-realty.com.
Today, Jamison Baggett, he is 18, a senior at Bradley Central, where he plays baseball. Declan McDonald is 8 years old today, a student at Waterville Elementary. That's from Dad, Mom, and his brother Buddy. And then Destiny Cisco is 38 today. That is from Mom, Diage, and Jalea. Call in your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the volunteer Ritapest Mix line, 423-614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank Celebration List. Visit Simmons Bank in Cleveland at the corner of Keith Street and Stewart Road. Call Ken Do, 423-381-3427.
And just a quick check of sports here. Then we're going to talk to our friend JC from Food City. We got a lot to talk about there, but quickly, our Common Spirit Memorial Chattanooga Sports Desk is courtesy of our sister station, ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Walker Valley boys won their boys region basketball semifinals last night. They beat Shelbyville 77-51. So the Walker Valley boys will play in the region championship game tomorrow night at Warren County. And they're also guaranteed a sub-state game Monday night. If they win tomorrow night, they'll host a sub-state Monday. If they lose, they will travel. The Bradley Central High School Bearettes will they'll play Cookeville tonight in Warren County for the girls region championship. That'll be an 8 o'clock start Eastern time here on Mix 1041 and the Mix app, presented by Cleveland Ford. Region 2 boys semifinals last night. Chattanooga Prep ended Meigs County's season 63-45. Also, McMinn Central boys basketball coach Daniel Curtis announced he's stepping down. That news courtesy of Drew Cook. Drew, thank you so much, buddy. McMinn Central girls, the Chargerettes, will play Kingston. And they're playing at Tellico Plains for the girls region championship tonight. So it's a big time. It's definitely that time of the year. Let me repeat, tonight, the Bearettes and Cookeville for the girls region championship at Warren County, 8 o'clock Eastern here on Mix 1041 and the Mix app, presented by Cleveland Ford. And Walker Valley will be in the boys region championship tomorrow night. Both the Bearettes and Walker Valley are guaranteed a sub-state. They win their championship games, they'll host those games, the sub-state. If they lose, they will travel. Well, speaking of one of our dear friends, J.C. Casey is with us from Food City. J.C., good morning. How are you?
So good. I'm so good. It's a great sunny day today, so should be good.
You should be good. And you've brought us all kinds of stuff here. My goodness.
My Nana taught me not to show up anywhere empty-handed.
Your Nana should tell all of our guests that. But
I know. She just trained up what she could.
One of the great partnerships is Food City and Coca-Cola. And you guys have done it again. Tell me about this.
I know. So, yes, we love our friends at Coca-Cola, Coke Consolidated, and Coke United there in Chattanooga. So this product is at all of our Food City stores, and it's only at Food City. So you can only get this 12-pack of Cherry Sprite at Food City.
Is that right?
That's right. And this week we're running it buy two, get two free, and that's all Coke products. So, I was like, why would someone want 4 of something they don't know what it tastes like, So you can just get 1 of those 4 and try it out. What did you think about yours?
Good.
It's good.
Yes.
I was excited that it wasn't red. I was very thankful that it was clear. I was worried.
Why were you worried about the red?
I don't lie. I stay away from red things.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay. All right, so I'm going to try it now. Sprite Cherry?
Sprite Cherry.
So,
and it's only the regular right now. I hope that the zero is coming. I haven't seen anything about that just yet.
Yeah.
But I did check the sugar content, and it is less than like a Coke. So,
very good.
What is it? Is it heavy on the cherry?
No, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it, and I'll tell you, I'm not a cherry fan. But,
I love a hint, but again, it's hard to find one that's not red.
It's like a hint of Bridget. We don't want the full Bridget. We want a hint of Bridget.
Well, sometimes people say the same about myself.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm in the same boat.
Amy told me that the other day.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. So.
Anyway, I like it. It's very, and by the way, I'd tell you if I didn't, but I like it.
Yeah, so in all of our stores, we have big displays of this product only. I looked at the shelf, and I didn't find it on the shelf, but it is on the display. display, and I'm sure we'll work it into that shelf. I think you have the press release, but I think it's in the stores till, what was that?
September.
September, yeah.
Yeah, September. And, of course, we're joined by J.C. Casey, Food City, and they're making a big announcement, their partnership with Coca-Cola Consolidated and, as you said, Coca-Cola United down in Chattanooga. But, I mean, come on, Food City and Coca-Cola?
I mean, how could you
get
go
any better
wrong?
than that?
I don't think you can.
Can you get any better than that?
You cannot get any better.
And then you brought me something else, and I gotta thank you for what Food City is doing with my alma mater, Lee University. Unprecedented, because the sponsorship there, the partnership, has meant free admission. And I gotta tell you, I have had families tell me, Steve, we really couldn't have afforded to have gone to these games and the concessions and on and on and on. And they said, thank Food City, because that is NCAA athletics at Lee University.
Right,
Free
yeah.
admission.
Top-notch program there at Lee University. Lee University sponsorship is very special to me. It was one of my first ones that I got locked down when I was introduced to the marketing department. So it is special to me, and we've kind of upped our game every year to kind of make that better and better. So now we're on the baseball field, which is super special to me also. As my daughter goes to Ocoee, I see it every morning.
Right there.
Yeah, so we're excited about that one. That's a good one for us, and a good one for the community. I couldn't think of anyone better to partner with in this community than Lee University.
All right, so we're joined by J.C. Casey, of course, Food City. All right, so it looks like we're coming up on deal days again at Food City.
Yes, so every Friday, Saturday, we have some kind of hot ad going on. So this Friday and Saturday, we have deals for days. Just a call out on a few. I think the Powerade at $4.99 from our friends at Coke is a hot buy. Absolutely. I think that the digital coupon on the Dietz & Watson ham is a good digital coupon just because of the price of lunch meats now.
Yeah.
The potatoes are a good buy.
How about Mayfield ice cream?
Yes,
Buy one, get one free.
I know. I was sticking to the deals for days just yet. I hadn't moved on to the regular ads, Steve.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize. I am so sorry.
Bacon, the Smithfield bacon at $6.99 is a good buy as well. But yes, when I was on my way in, of course, I worked in Athens for a little bit, so I worked closely with Mayfield there. And anytime you get Mayfield, buy one, get one free, you know that it's a good deal.
Come on.
So, yeah, we have a hot ad this week. We'd love to come see you, or we would love for you all to come see us
Or
in the
you can deliver it.
stores.
Instacart. Yeah, whatever. Food City, and if you're watching us on Mixed TV, this is JC reading the paper. So,
Yep.
I mean, there.
You got to look at it. There's so many hot deals, Steve. You just have to keep looking.
Deals for days at Food City, so a lot going on. Let's go back to the top, though. Again, Food City and Coca-Cola. Remind me what's happening.
Yep. So you can only, Coca-Cola and Food City come up with this super awesome idea that we would exclusively sell Sprite Cherry 12-pack in our stores exclusively. So company-wide, whether you're in Kentucky, Virginia, or Cleveland, Tennessee, you can only find this 12-pack of Sprite Cherry in a Food City store.
JC, we love having you in. Come back anytime, and we love our friends at Food City. Value day. Day. All right, now. I love Food City. Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Good to see
Thanks,
you, Steve.
JC.
Thanks.
All right, great community partners at Food City. All right, we're going to take a break here. We're actually going to play a little music. It's been a very, Bridget, busy morning here with very high-impact interviews. Of course, if you missed any of it, you can go back on mixtv.tv. It's been quite a morning here. There's no doubt about it. The late, great Whitney Houston. Mixed Mornings presented by Bradley Medical Center.
Do you know the laws about stopping for a school bus? On a divided highway with a dirt, grass, or barrier median, only cars behind the bus need to stop. Cars approaching from the opposite direction may proceed with caution. Know the law and keep our kids safe.
Hardee's Barbecue Pulled Pork Frisco Burger is back and just $5.99 in the app. Got that appetite appeal? Absolutely. Okay, that's it. But still, Hardee's Pulled Pork Frisco Burger, just $5.99 in the app.
20 years later, we've grown in many ways, but never out of that same customer-first heart to serve. Doing the right thing simply because it's right will earn your business the right way every day, every year, offering permanent steel roofing and siding at competitive prices, keeping promises, staying on time for both deliveries and pickups, making things right when we come up short. Partners like you are the reason Best Buy Metals exists.
Thank you for the opportunity to serve you.
Come see us!
Download the all-new Mix 104.1 app online at mymix1041.com. ESPN Radio returns to Southeast Tennessee. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM is the new home of the Paul Feinbaum Show, The Drive, and more of your favorite shows. Listen on air or at ESPNCleveland1013.com. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM.
What's your biggest investment? Probably your home. The roof over your head. If it's time to repair or replace your roof, the pros at Langley Roofing are here to help. See a loved roof? Chances are it's a Langley.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Did you know that nicotine vapes are a fast path to addiction? Nicotine addiction is nothing to mess with. Live healthy, live free, escape the vape.
Escape the Vape is a partnership to prevent teen vaping, presented by ATS The Bridge, Bradley County Schools, and Cleveland City Schools.
I love the Cleveland community because I think it's a very warm place to live. It's just a very friendly community, and you don't necessarily have to be born here to fit in. There's a lot of folks that move here and they fall in love with it. I feel like we make our customers feel valued by the way we treat them. We're very welcoming here. We get to know them. We learn their names. We learn their goals, and we try to meet all their financial needs, not just do one transaction with them.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop, where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
From Waggles.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland studios. This is your home for the best mix, the best variety, and all the important information you need. Download the Mix 1041 app at mymix1041.com. The top of the hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making the top of your house the best it can be. Visit bestbuymetalroofing.com.
The best mix, the best variety. WCLE, Calhoun, Cleveland, Athens.
Local news is brought to you by Lee's Keys. Got locked out? Call Lee's Keys. Your hometown locksmith, 423-593-7592.
Good morning. Let's get our final check of traffic for the morning. This Don Ledford Cleveland on-time traffic report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet and GMC in Cleveland, North Lee Highway, and anytime at donledford.com. We have no reports of any accidents this morning. Taking a look at the Langley Roofing traffic cameras, the interstate is looking good. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ridipest Mix line is 423-614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Cleveland State Cougar line.
This traffic report is brought to you by Milligan Vein. Do your legs feel heavy, tired, or achy? Do you have restless legs or leg cramps? Dr. John Milligan offers office treatment that can make you look and feel better within a day. And your procedure is covered by most insurance. Visit milliganvein.com.
Hey, this is Alfonso.
These are Hardee's Frisco breakfast sandwiches starting at just $3.99. This is our bacon, sausage, 100% Angus, and sourdough. The McNothin' speaks for itself. The Frisco breakfast starting at just $3.99, only at Hardee's.
I'm Clark Campbell. I've lived here in Cleveland, Tennessee for 24 years, and I'm so proud that I get to shop for my business to get my truck right here in my town. One of the most intimidating things in the truck buying process is you just don't want to talk to people sometimes. Don Ledford Chevrolet just isn't that place. And that's my favorite thing about this property is you just feel like a friend. There are a lot of options when it comes to dealerships in Cleveland and the Chattanooga area. This is going to be the first place I go to every single time.
Partly cloudy by afternoon, near record high temperatures, a high of 81 and a low of 58. And then on Friday, cloudy early in the day, partly cloudy later, near record high temperatures again, with a high of 83. Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 59 degrees. MilliganVane.com. Taking a look at our Langley Roofing radar, things are looking great out there.
This weather forecast is sponsored by George Gray Allstate Insurance. Give him a call at 423-479-5431. You're in good hands with Allstate and George Gray.
The best mix, the best variety.
They play all the best music all the time.
My favorite music, the only station I listen to.
Mix 1041.
Welcome back. It is 5:13 on this wonderful Wednesday morning. Temperatures are in the 50s, so it's a very comfortable start out there. No rain, no fog. Things are looking a-okay for your morning commutes if you're having that warm cup of coffee. And here's the good news. It's a really nice start to the day. Mid to upper 70s later on. There may be a few areas that push close to 80 degrees. Again, it's going to be very warm, not only today, but really for the next week or so. And Thursday through Saturday specifically, I do think we could break some records. We're going to be anywhere from 20 to 25 degrees above normal. We're going to get this warm flow out of the Gulf, high pressure ramping up, and that's going to allow for some really warm air, not only here across the Tennessee Valley, but all the way back towards Texas and really 2/3 of the country going to feel this spring-like warmth. We're likely to break records Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I mean, once we start getting into the mid-80s, especially this time of the year, that is very warm. And the last time we hit the 80s here in Chattanooga was back in October, so it's been nearly 6 months. So again, it's going to be a very warm week. Even into next week, we're going to have more 80s on tap by the middle of the week. So again, this warm air is kind of just going to stick around. And the overall pattern trend, well, a lot of red indicating a lot of warmth on the way, and you already know that pollen count's going to start to go up, 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 and we're going to be in that high range by the time we get into the weekend. Again, trees starting to come out like crazy, and with this sustained warm air, that pollen really going to start to ramp up as well. So go ahead and start prepping for that. Also, we spring forward. Again, I'm going to remind you every single day. I don't want it to sneak up on you this weekend. You will lose that hour of sleep. Sunset on Saturday here in Chattanooga, 6:42. By Sunday, that'll be 7:43. Plus, our sunrise time's going to be later as well. So again, just start mentally preparing for that. Here's a look at your radar. Really quiet morning. We got cloud cover coming in. Stationary front kind of parked to our north. That's bringing some rain and even some flooding potential to parts of the Midwest this morning. But for us, really not seeing any issues on your way in on this Wednesday. But as we look ahead, things are going to start to change. We're going to get more moisture back in here by the time we get towards the end of the week. So as we take a look at your future tracker, I'm not going to rule out a few sprinkles on Thursday. Not going to be a big deal. A lot of you stay dry.
Mix 1041 at mixtv.tv. Good morning, everybody. It is 9:06. It is March 4th, a Wednesday morning. Welcome back in our Kia of Cleveland studios here. We are joined by our friends from Cleveland State Community College. We have Hurley Buff joining us, Executive Director of the Cleveland Bradley Business Incubator. Hurley, good morning and welcome in.
Good morning, Bridget. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you as well. So you brought a couple of guests with you, the winners of the recent pitch contest there at Cleveland State. So first of all, tell us how it went this year.
We had an exciting day at Cleveland State yesterday. We had the student pitch competition at noon, and this gentleman right here that's 8 feet tall is the winner. His name's Major Davis. And then the community pitch competition we had a little earlier this year. We had it at 5 o'clock, and Christy Rice over here is the winner of the community pitch competition. And it kind of came as a surprise to her, I think, because she pitched for us last year and didn't even make it to third place. She didn't get anything last year, but this year she took home the big prize.
Nice.
So.
I know this is something Cleveland State loves hosting each and every year.
We absolutely love doing this. I mean, it's great for the students and it's great for the businesses and the community as well. Cleveland State serves Bradley, McMinn, Meigs, Monroe, and Polk counties. So anybody in those areas can apply to be part of the community pitch competition. And they have a chance to come in and win $7,500 for their business, just like Christy did last night.
Awesome. Well, so the student pitch winner was Major Davis with his clothing business, Hope Vanguard. So, Major, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing well. We appreciate you coming in this morning. First of all, congratulations. How do you feel?
Thank you. I'm still a little, it feels surreal still to this day, so I'm adjusting, but I feel good.
Good.
Feel good. All glory to God.
So, a clothing business, what made you want to do this?
Honestly, it's been a passion of mine for some time. I just was waiting on the right time, and I prayed about it, and God revealed it to me, and I went with the gut feeling.
Yeah. So, what kinds of items do you offer, and where do those ideas come from?
I offer streetwear items, and those offers come from my mind. Honestly, I'm really creative, so I just express my art through clothing.
So how can people get more information about you and find out maybe where to possibly purchase your clothing items someday?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Hope Vanguard with 2 R's, or if you're not using social media, then you can go to the website, hopevanguard.com, and you can join our VIP list to get 10% off and to have early access.
So going into this pitch competition, did you think that you had a pretty good shot, or were you just completely shocked?
I wasn't really focusing on that. I was just focusing on what I practiced. Yeah. That was it. I wasn't really focusing on any competition because I was trying to calm the nerves and just stay poised. Yeah, I was just confident in myself, and I ended up winning.
Well, good for you. Again, that's Major Davis, and his clothing business is named Hope Vanguard. So congratulations. We're also joined by the community pitch winner. It's Christy Rice with Trailhead Counseling and Consulting, PLLC. Christy, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us.
So tell us a little bit about Trailhead Counseling and Consulting.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started my own counseling practice a couple of years ago, and it has just grown and grown and grown. And I think the judges were able to see that and see that it was worth supporting and putting money towards. So yeah, I am very grateful to be a part of this.
So tell us about your experience, in counseling and consulting so far.
Absolutely. So Trailhead Counseling works with a lot of children and families, and we also work with individuals, and we even have an intern as well now. So we have 2 other full-time therapists other than myself, and are looking to potentially bring somebody else on this year. So we work a lot with children and families, and that is something that sets us apart from others, because a lot of people don't want to work with the kids. Sometimes that's really hard work, but we absolutely love it. And I come from a background of community mental health, and I feel like doing that really prepared me for being able to own my own private practice.
So if people would like to reach out to you, what's the best way to do that?
Absolutely. We have a website, trailheadcounseling.com. You can find us on Facebook, Trailhead Counseling and Consulting, PLLC. We're on Instagram, all of those things. So just really trying to market and get the word out there and let people know that we are here and that they can reach out, especially on our website, that will get them connected to our services.
Again, that's Christy Rice with Trailhead Counseling and Consulting, PLLC. Hurley, we'll come back over to you. 2 very different businesses, but 2 great winners.
2 very different businesses, but this guy had people texting the dean of the business department asking if they could buy the hoodies today,
nice.
Before he was even off the stage. So he's obviously got something that's going to go. I've known Christy for a while because she's a tenant at the Cleveland Bradley Business Incubator. So she's expanded 3 times. Her business is growing like a weed. Both of them, I think, are very deserving, and I am proud to have been a small part of it. We've got to thank, though, the George R. Johnson Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. They actually sponsor the event, and that was established in 2021 by a very generous grant by the George R. Johnson Foundation. So they help us out quite a bit, and they're always really tickled to see who wins the money and then what they do with it to further their business afterwards. So.
That is great. Well, Hurley, it is great to see you. Thanks for bringing in these two winners. Big futures ahead for both of them.
Thank you, Bridget, and thank you for having us here. It's nice to be on Mix again.
Alrighty. It is coming up on 9:13. Keep it here. Mix 104.1 WCLE.